inaugural celebration of the 70th President.
Fil-Am News is one of the banner programs of Fil-Am TV network, covering Filipino-American community news, events, and public affairs in Las Vegas, Nevada, in addition to 7 participating cities with a high density of Fil-Ams and Filipino in America. Fil-Am TV Network brings Fil-Am News from the entertainment capital of the world to your home and anywhere on your favorite device. Visit Fil-Am TV US to enjoy live streaming of Fil-Am TV Network's programs, especially Fil-Am News, anytime and anywhere in the world. Watch Fil-Am News on KGNG 126.8 Las Vegas and Roku app of Fil-Am TV Network and ACTV or in the WCTV app digital app on the smartphones. You may also watch both live and video on-demand programs via FilAmTV.us or simply go to Facebook or YouTube and search for Fil-Am News.
Hello once again, kumusta po kayong lahat? Thank you very much for watching and following Fil-Am News. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Pure Medical Equipment provides top-notch quality medical supply equipment. Whether to rent or buy, Pure Medical Equipment and Supplies has it all.
Pure Medical Equipment is committed to serve and give back to Southern Nevada.
We deliver medical supplies and rentals to your door.
Congratulations to all the winners of the recent concluded U.S. midterm election who were interviewed here at Fil-Am News. Of course, with Senator Catherine Cortez Masto, Judge Marie Parladay, and Judge Amy Wilson. Congratulations to all of you. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Thank you, Dr. Mike. I would just say I am honored every single day to represent our community as a proud Nevadan here. But it is a voting. Right now, it matters to get out and vote. Your vote matters here in Nevada. It counts. The races are always close here. We have the opportunity in the state not only to get to know who's running for these offices and ask them questions, but to get out and vote and make a difference in what we want our community to be. I don't think our community should actually pick and choose who wins and who loses. To me, this is ensuring that everybody succeeds in this state. But there are people running for office, like my opponent, who want to pick and choose. And that's what we can't stand for. We really have to fight. And one way for us to step up is to get out and vote.
Wow, thank you very much, Senator Catherine Cortez Masto. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.
I'm doing this not for me, Doc Mike. I'm doing this for the children and the families and to be the first in our family to take the seat. And I guarantee you, let's do this together as one kababayan. Elect me, put me in office as the family court judge for our community. And I guarantee you, I will come after your children and your children's children so that together we will run the race. I want to raise up my children, your children, all of our kababayan to start going into the path as the Lord leads them into the political offices.
Well, thank you. Thank you for being so inclusive. Thank you for caring about our community, for all that you do for our community. I hope you are registered to vote. Mail ballots will be coming to your mailboxes this week. Early voting starts on Saturday, where you can go take your ballot and vote in person, or you can mail your ballot in for the primary election, which is June 14th. My race, the primary, is in play because there are 3 candidates. I have to survive the primary to go on to the general election in November. So I hope that you will consider voting for me, that you will vote for me, not just consider it, but you will vote for me and help me get through to the general election and go all the way so that I can serve this community.
This segment is brought to you by Engineer Romeo Durrani and Attorney Nadia Catarata Durrani Scholarship Foundation. Fil-Am TV Network launched in the Philippines. Once again, congratulations to Carl Magno, Chief Executive Officer of Fil-Am TV Network, for a successful launching of Fil-Am TV Network in the Philippines.
This segment is brought to you by Trans-Pacific Multi-Services LLC, Bookkeeping and Tax Services, located at 5440 West Sahara Boulevard, Suite 107, Las Vegas, Nevada 89146. Qualified tax preparer, specializing in preparation of individual and business tax returns. Trans-Pacific Multi-Services.
And news from New York City. Mayor Don's Barong Tagalog. During the unprecedented Philippine flag raising ceremony held at the Financial District on Friday, October 28, 2022, with the Office of New York City Mayor, in commemoration of Filipino-American History Month, Mayor Eric Adams peeled off his blazer and tried on the Barong Tagalog gifted to him by Consul General Elmer G. Cato. To the delight of all those present, this is the first time that Mayor Eric Adams engaged directly with the Filipino-American community and the Consulate General of the Philippines in New York. Ever since he assumed his office on January 1st, 2022. This is also the first time a New York City mayor donned a Barong Tagalog in public. According to Mayor Adams, he was delighted with Consul General. Mayor Eric Adams said as soon as he reached the podium to deliver his message, he said, "I want to wear that when I am in office." The Barong Tagalog is a long-sleeve embroidered shirt usually made of piña or pineapple fiber and worn by Filipino men during formal occasions like this. As a gateway to the country, New York City has historically been welcoming to immigrants. As a symbol of this immigration policy, the administration of Mayor Adams intend to make the flag-raising ceremony an annual event. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Pampanga Specialty Delicacies, located at 4135 South Tupalo Drive, Suite 102, Las Vegas, Nevada 89147. Saan ka pa sa mga kakanin Pampanga Specialty Delicacies? Or please call 702-682-5705 or 725-605-4085. Pampanga Specialty Delicacies.
And news from Hawaii by Clement Bautista. The Friends of Operation Manong and the University of Hawaii at Manoa are celebrating the 50th anniversary of the founding of Operation Manong and the Office of Multicultural Student Services. The event will be held at the Filipino Community Center in Waipahu on Saturday, November 19 at 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. With the passage of the Immigration Act of 1965, large numbers of Filipinos began immigrating to the United States through its family reunification provision. A large proportion of these immigrants settled in Hawaii, where they face social, economic, and educational challenges. Social service agencies and public institutions were not prepared adequately to serve the newly arrived Filipinos. Furthermore, refugees from the Vietnam War added to this growing enrollment of newly arrived non-English speaking students to address the need to bolster basic services for recent immigrants. University of Hawaii faculty and student members of the Filipino community and the State Immigration Services Center formed the Filipino Volunteers of Hawaii, or Manongs. And the Operation Manongs and Manangs tutored their adengs and provided out-of-school activities to help improve adding conversational English skills. As aims of the Operation Manong grew, however, the programs was reorganized and transferred from the Social Science Research Institute and the College of Education to its current position under the Office of Student Affairs. The Friends of Operation Manong is a non-profit group made up of OM alumni, other individuals committed to equal opportunity education, was created as a tax-exempt non-profit organization in 1992. FOOM raised private and foundation funds to supplement OM activities and programs, has also administered scholarship, educational and cultural grants from Hawaii community foundations, People's Fund, and the Honolulu Committee for the Humanities. The university reunion will be an opportunity to reconnect with and reflect on one of the most important and extensive university community initiative. The public, and especially all the former OMs, alumni, and participants are invited to attend the celebration. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. And of course, on our featured Fil-Am Pinoy, please welcome Walbert Castillo. Hello, Walbert. And thank you very much for coming here at Fil-Am News.
Thank you for having me.
Now, Walbert, can you please introduce who is Walbert for our viewers?
Yeah, so thank you for having me again. Hi everyone, my name is Walbert. I currently work at Amazon as an associate creative director. I currently produce and film documentaries for Amazon Prime Video, and I travel around the world for my job. Recently I organized the first Filipino night market in Las Vegas, and I'm currently the owner of a up-and-coming Filipino pop-up restaurant called Historia.
Wow! The owner of pop-up restaurants called Historia. Now, my question is, why did you choose Historia?
The name, or just in general?
General.
In general, the name Historia actually came about from my trip to the Philippines. I was so inspired by my trip this past summer that I ended up just wanting to create something that would align with my Filipino identity.
Yes.
I feel like growing up, I didn't know Tagalog. I can't speak it, I can't understand. But I wanted to create something that I felt were more aligned with recognizing the visibility of what our culture truly is. So I'm creating Historia to help remind second generation Filipino Americans, third generation Filipino Americans, non-Filipinos, sort of an opening into Filipino history and culture.
Wow,
so,
Historia refers to story, right?
Story.
Story, yes.
And so I come from a journalism background.
Wow, that's great.
So being able to take my skills of journalism and storytelling, how can I put that into food and drink?
Wow.
Historia.
And I remember you worked also as an intern at the White House.
Yes.
What did you do at the White House?
Yeah, so during the Obama administration, I interned at the White House Initiative on Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders.
Oh.
And so we did a lot of, well, when I interned there, I focused on empowering AAPIs. One of the specific duties was empowering to write up, to do blog posts, but also to make sure that we provided awareness to voting. I think a lot of miscommunication happens when people don't understand English as their first language. So for those living in America, how can we empower them, raise awareness about voting?
Okay. Wow, that's great. Now, this restaurant, what are your menus? Is it a fusion of Filipino, American, or what?
Yeah. So I'm glad you brought that up. So it's a really interesting sort of concept. For me, it's wanting to bridge, history with Filipino cuisine. So obviously there are a lot of mainstream Filipino dishes that we know and love today. Chicken adobo is one, right? Pancit. But for
very
me,
famous, especially to the mainstream.
Exactly. So how can I take foods that are, not as, not in the limelight, let's say, as compared to others. So I really wanted to take people on this journey of storytelling. So obviously the Philippines has been through a lot. It's the same reason why Filipinos have Spanish last names. My last name is Castillo.
That's right, that's right.
300-year-long colonization. It's the reason why Americans brought Spam. It's the same reason why, there's Chinese influence with pancit and lumpia and Arab influence, Malay. What was on the island before any of those countries influenced the Philippines? So at the night market, we served all pre-colonial Filipino food.
Wow, that's great.
Everything.
I missed that night.
Yeah, no, it's okay. We're gonna have an event in the future, so love to have you.
Okay.
And it'll be a prefix menu designed from chronological what the history of the Philippines is. So we'll start with pre-colonial, and we'll end up at the American stop.
Wow.
To show who we are as people.
Wow. Do you have a physical restaurant here in Las Vegas?
I do not. So it's a pop-up.
It's like a pop-up restaurant.
Yeah.
Wow, that's great. A pop-up restaurant. So when is the next night market festival?
Yeah, so the next night market festival is actually going to happen next year for June. So for Philippine American Independence Month. And so that'll be sort of a 3 to 4 day long night market where we celebrate, our culture, our community. I think for us, this was a big learning experience. We did not expect the overwhelming amount.
Yes, I heard of that. A lot of people, especially the young ones.
Yeah, we thought.
Very informative to inform them about the Filipino cuisine, right?
Exactly. And it was almost like a Smithsonian museum. Like you would have signs across the venue explaining why we chose what we chose and what era that food was in, when that was inspired or influenced by.
Wow.
But we expected 300 people. We ended up having 700 people there.
Wow, that's great.
It was so wild.
So eating at the same time, learning the history of that particular food.
Exactly. And, the great thing too is, not only did the food evolve over time, but the fashion. So we partnered up with Cirmel, the Mila and CMC Boutique, and they did an amazing job at organizing a fashion show.
Of course.
That aligns with all the different chapters of food and the fashion.
Wow.
Yeah.
Passion. Speaking of passion, I'm wearing the Barong Tagalog from the CMC Boutique. Thank you very much, Mila. So what is next for your restaurant, Historia, and what's your vision?
Yeah, so we came to the Vegas community and we made the biggest splash possible. And it was such an amazing opportunity because not only did we organize the first Filipino night market in history in Vegas, but we also debuted Historia for the first time.
Wow.
And I think it was just a really amazing thing to happen because I didn't recognize, or I didn't even realize I would essentially become an event. Indirectly, I became an event organizer through the creation of this night market.
That's great.
But in a sense, I want to bring it down just a bit and focus on Historia as a whole. Wow. And so what does that entail? That entails being able to have my own pop-up restaurant. So what we're going to do is we're going to find a space here in Vegas. We're going to rent it out for the night and essentially seat people to a prefix meal. Sort of 8 to 9 dishes coursed out throughout the night. And so a very different take than what we saw at the night market. Because it was all little dishes. For us, we want to be able to have people take away and be like, wow, this was such an experiential sort of moment in time where you could learn so much about our history and culture moving forward. So for me, there's just so much to talk about, but we are hoping to have our first official pop-up event either February or March of next year.
Wow.
So we're gonna spend some time ideating the foods, learning what happened at the night market, taking our learnings, and really incorporate the feedback. I think that's so important. And so, I think, we'll have a pop-up event either in February or March.
Wow.
We'll do it once a month. We'll do it twice a month. We'll do it 3 times a month, 4 times a month, and then once every week.
Wow.
Until I end up having, this idea of having
Doing
my own
the
brick and
physical
mortar. Yeah, brick and mortar space in 3 years.
Wow, that's great. Now, if our viewers would like to get in touch with Walbert,
Yeah. So if you wanted to just learn more about Astoria and come attend our pop-up event, go to astorialv.com. There you can subscribe to our email list and get 10% off the pop-up event. So feel free to plug your email in. And if you wanted to follow us on social, go to @AstoriaLV on Instagram and then AstoriaLV on Facebook.
wow, that's great.
Yeah.
Walbert Astoria, a story from Walbert Castillo. Thank you very
Yeah,
much,
thank you.
Walbert, for coming.
Thank you.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Okay, my best wishes to Carl Magno, the CEO of Fil-Am TV Network, for receiving his award as an outstanding TV network producer from the Filipino-American Press Club of California. Congratulations, Carl. And all Las Vegas Fil-Am community events. Congratulations to Maria del Mar Society of Las Vegas for a very successful first public event induction gala held last November 5th at the Aliante Hotel and Casino.
Welcome to the Maria Del Mar family, to our diverse, dynamic, and very productive organization. Your presence here tonight signifies that all of you share with us the same desire for charitable work. Come, join hands with us, for we will always be stronger when we are together.
Mabuhay! And so I'm honored to be here in the midst of greatness. And let me tell you, the reason I'm running for judge is because of our kababayan. My heart was for children, it's always been. I was a children's attorney because children that were abused and neglected, they didn't have a voice. So I wanted to step in to be their voice, to protect them as they're being abused. And then that wasn't enough for me. So then when the door opened up for me to be a children's judge, a juvenile court judge, to sit there to help make decisions to keep our children safe, our families healthy, I stepped up and I did that.
For your continued support to Maria del Mar Society in all its future projects. For together, we will be strong. And stronger than we are, we can together make this world a better place, one recipient at a time. And thank you all for coming. We're not done yet. The main event is here now after the speech, because you're going to be dancing, you're going to be entertained, and look at these gifts. These are all for you.
Also, congratulations to the Cavite Association of Nevada Christmas and November held last November 6 at Santa Fe Hotel and Casino. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. The University of the Philippines Alumni Association of Nevada for their HIMIG 2022 was held last November 10 at the Golden Spoon. 5 finalists displayed their talents, in songwriting, and we're able to showcase them through this competition. The 5 finalists are Janice Aranas, Grand Prize; Edward Estacio, Band's Choice Award; Angelito Dancing Chipon; Therese Highland, and Geraldine Villanueva. The aim of the competition is to promote original Filipino music to the community and to the whole world. Congratulations to all the winners. And on Las Vegas Fil-Am shows and concert, Lani Misalucha with the Vegas Velvet, Home for Christmas Part 2, an ultimate Yuletide celebration. At gonna be on December 9, 2022 at 7 p.m. at Class 6350 Fil-Am Central, 3700 South Maryland Parkway, Suite 5258, Las Vegas, Nevada. Tickets are available at Eventbrite, or also with me, please call 702-780-5952. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Pure Medical Equipment provides top-notch quality medical supply equipment. Whether to rent or buy, Pure Medical Equipment and Supplies has it all.
Pure Medical Equipment is committed to serve and give back to Southern Nevada.
We deliver medical supplies and rentals to your door.
I hope you enjoyed this week's edition of Fil-Am News. Before anything else, I would like to thank my major sponsor, Pure Medical Equipment and Supplies, with Pat Magallanes, Sam, and Joseph Buban. And if you wish to become a proud sponsor of Fil-Am News, or simply want to advertise your business in the channel, please call 702-979-1388. And of course, I would like to thank my Barong sponsor, CMC Boutique, care of Mila Galera Paglinawan. And as I end this edition, remember, my friend, use your voice for kindness, your ears for compassion, your hands for charity, your mind for truth, and your heart for love. Until the next episode, this is your host, Dr. Michael Santawan, at your service. Mabuhay!